I've tried so many different methodologies to improve my productivity and beaten myself up about it and felt like a failure when they haven't worked. So why don't they work for me? I've tried to work this out, and I've tried to put together here some tips to help boost your productivity if you're neurodivergent, and particularly I think they suit people with ADHD, so I hope they help you. As I said, neurotypical methodologies may not work for you. Don't beat yourself up about it, they just weren't designed for how your brain works. Sometimes rigid rules can be really restricting and can trigger PDA, anxiety, or a mind block, or even task paralysis. Timers might interrupt you just as you're getting into your flow, and list making might be difficult for your 3D brain. Starting with the hard task might be just too hard, and multitasking and hyperfocus might be your superpowers. So have a think about what works for you. My first thing is working flexibly to suit my internal clock or your internal clock. If your brain isn't ready at 8 AM, don't start work until 10. Ask for flexible hours. Give your employees flexible hours. Try working for bed to get yourself going before you work from home or a later shift. Suit your hours to your productivity. Easy, repetitive, rewarding tasks first to get your dopamine hit and quickly shorten your to-do list. There's a lot of methodologies that say get the hard stuff out of the way first. It doesn't work if you've got ADHD. It doesn't work if you struggle to motivate yourself. And so don't delegate all the easy and quick tasks to other people. Actually keep some for yourself so you get the easy wins to get you on a roll and get yourself working. And remember, too many big tasks can be overwhelming, so don't let them overwhelm you. Keep your to-do list short. If a task has been on your list for a long time, delegate it, or maybe it just wasn't important, so just cross it off your list. If you know you haven't done it for a few months, it probably doesn't need doing. And if your list gets too long, break it down into subtasks or tear it up and start again. If you've got a list with half the things crossed out in random orders, just rewrite it. So much easier when you've got a nice short list. Tackle the difficult tasks later in the day when you're ready. Don't put them at the beginning of the day, as I said before. Or try body doubling. Get someone to sit with you, to be working next to you. They're not doing your work for you, but they can be doing something similar and that will help you to get going. Find a quiet place to work, then hyper-focus uninterrupted until you're done. And if that's how you work, that is fine. And if you didn't do any work in the morning, does it matter if you get twice as much done in the afternoon? Embrace a side task. You might get distracted and decide to do something else. Even if that wasn't what you're meant to do today, you've ticked something off your list. You've done something that needed to be done, and you've got yourself motivated maybe to go on and do another task. Again, multitask or use task switching. I find it really difficult to do one thing at a time and to remain focused on something less unless I'm hyper-focusing. So what it means is I can get several tasks completed at once. It might take 2 or 3 days to get the one task done, but in that time I've actually got 10 tasks done. Maintain focus by giving yourself small dopamine hits. That means maybe go away and do something you enjoy doing or that's easy for you to do in between that big task to get yourself back in focus. 3D thinking and multitasking may be just how your brain wants to work, so embrace it, use it as your superpower. Don't force your non-serial brain to work in a straight line. Again, think about the background noise, the environment you're in, the lights, the smells. You know what's important to you and what's distracting to you. And you may find having music in the background helps you. I actually find that distracting and can find it difficult to work. Background chat can also be very distracting, or other people in the room even. I like an audio book or talk radio. You might need noise cancelling headphones or different music genres. you might find it easier with those. So just find what works for you, work out what that is, what suits you, and go with that. Short deadlines are your friend. Well, I think so. If there's no deadline, then you're always going to keep putting it off until tomorrow. On the other hand, if there isn't a deadline at all, don't worry about putting it off until tomorrow. When you get to the deadline, at some point that deadline pressure will kick in and you will get it done. And if you know that short deadlines really work for you, ask a colleague, manager, and employer to help by setting a shorter deadline. It might even be a fake deadline a few days before you actually need to get things finished. And then split the big tasks down into smaller ones with shorter deadlines. This can really help. Really important to understand, embrace, and celebrate the neurodivergent brain. Your neurodivergent brain. There are things that you'll be really good at. Celebrate those, concentrate on the things you're good at, believe in you, be you. You know you're amazing. Neurodivergent people have different ways of working. It's not wrong way of working. It can be a unique way of working, thinking outside the box, finding different solutions and problem solving. So don't try and put yourself into a neurotypical box. That just leads to procrastination, mind blocks, brain paralysis, and feelings of failure and overwhelm. So find out what works for you. Believe in it and insist upon it. Insist on reasonable adjustments that will transform your productivity. Or if you're an employer, though, make sure that reasonable adjustments are available to all your employees, and it will make such a difference to well-being. So fight for reasonable adjustments, fight for what you need. Make sure your employees don't have to fight for these things to make them standard for everybody. Neurodivergent, neurotypical brains just suit what your employees need. And I hope that this has helped you as well. It's the things that I've learnt very late in life and have made a real difference to me, and I hope they do for you. And if you have other things, other advice, please let me know. If you agree, disagree, if you like what I said, let me know in the comments below. All comments are welcome, and thank you very much.